Alright, so we are on a bit of a mission today, me and Ben.
Fun stuff, man.
Whenever you gotta bring two people, usually means you're buying something. So, a really good deal popped up on a truck trailer setup that I really want to go get, and we end up helping a friend out in the process. So I think we're gonna do it. So we're heading down there to look at the truck. As long as the truck's good, we'll go get the trailer, and then we will cruise back, and I'll show you guys what we got. Traded Pat my truck. No, I'm just kidding. So, got the truck, we are hooked up, ready to go. It's been a while since I've towed any enclosed, and I've never towed a gooseneck enclosed, and we got to get out of a tight parking lot. So should be interesting, but I'm excited. The truck's peppy. It's got like exhaust and a tuner. It runs good. It's not the prettiest thing. It's definitely not as nice as my truck, but it is like a solid truck. It's got a built trans, and I've got an enclosed now. So this is like a big upgrade. We'll talk more about it when we get back, but huge shout out to Pat. Good luck with your FD season.
Thanks, man.
Glad I could kind of help in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited. All right, we made it back home safe and sound, no issues whatsoever. This thing actually towed incredibly well. I was really surprised by that, because I always kind of wondered about that, towing with the Duramax. I mean, you even feel an open car trailer with like the Z on it going up big hills, especially if you get cut off and slowed down and stuff. And this thing honestly pulled this thing up the hills and stuff, no problem. Didn't lose any speed. It was honestly really good. The funny part though is I haven't towed an enclosed trailer in a while. I haven't towed a gooseneck enclosed trailer or a gooseneck trailer period ever. And first thing, like we leave, I gotta get out of this tight parking lot, and then we get on the road, and we're on the road for like 2 minutes before I'm like, oh, we're about to get on the highway, we need to get fuel, this thing needs fuel. And then I pull into this Wawa, and like this dude stops and doesn't go out, so I've got to squeeze around him, and I like just barely get around his car, and then like jump the curb by the side. Oh, it was a mess. It was a mess. Then I went to the gas pump on the wrong side, and oh, it felt like amateur hour, man. And I was like, dude, was this a mistake? You know, is this thing gonna be this much more difficult to tow around? But once I got comfortable in it, you know, more than 5 minutes of driving, it really wasn't that bad. But anyway, yeah, like I said, towed great, did amazing on the whole drive home. I was really, really happy with it. You guys might be wondering, what are you doing, Taylor? You already have a tow rig. Why did you buy another tow rig? What's going on? What are you doing? Well, so basically, Pat posted this for sale, and he posted it for a really, really good price, and it was because he is actually doing FD again this year. He's running on a good team, and he's got like a good program set up, and I really want to see him do well. I know he's really, really excited for this, and he needed to free up some funds for the FD season, and you know, it was like a super good deal. My friend Pat, you know, it's like helping him out, and it was just kind of one of those things where I wasn't really looking for an enclosed trailer or a different truck or anything, but you know, like I was helping my friend out and got a good deal. You know, like I shouldn't really lose money on the setup. I should be able to easily get what I have into it out of it. So the kind of deciding factor was I should be able to sell my truck and my trailer setup for about the same money that I spent on this truck and this trailer setup. So as I was thinking about that, I was just like thinking about the trailer, and it took me so long to find a solid enclosed trailer, like 18 foot, 82 inch wide, steel deck, nice light dovetail. I got my 7-foot ramps to fit under the back, because I used to keep them in the back of the truck, which was super annoying. Just like all that stuff, you know, the tongue box, like the trailer is super well set up. The truck took me forever to find a nice truck, and I got super lucky with the truck because it is like a gem. It's mint underneath, never had any leaks, like garage kept, the paint's good, like such a nice truck. And I'm like struggling with the idea of getting rid of both. So I tried to convince myself how I could keep the open car trailer. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I could use it for like this trip or that trip. And then I realized, like, pretty much with a few exceptions, anytime I'm towing a car somewhere, I would want the enclosed trailer. So like, it doesn't really make sense to keep the open. And then I was thinking about the truck, and Pat's like, well, why don't you sell the Dodge, keep the Duramax, you know, and use that? But then, you know, I was thinking about that, and like, I really trust the Duramax, and I know it's a solid truck, and I feel comfortable like selling it or anything like that, because I know it's a good truck. I know whoever gets it's not gonna have issues. This thing's rough around the edges. I haven't driven it enough to trust it. I don't feel as comfortable doing that. So as I was thinking about all this, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could do a giveaway. That way, like, I can give someone that joy and that freedom of having a tow rig, because that was just such a huge thing for me when I finally got this particular setup, and it was dialed and reliable, and we made our first like 2,000-mile trip, and just having that freedom to go anywhere and take your car anywhere and go to any track is like huge to me. So I was thinking about doing that, and then we've got that Turbo Miata. We're definitely not gonna get done in time for the Gambler. I was like, we could set that thing up as like a track drift car and throw it in, so it's like the whole setup. But I don't know, there's a lot of giveaways going on right now. I know it's kind of like a weird time to do one. So I just want to get your guys' input. Do you think I should do a giveaway? Is that something you'd be interested in? And is it just me that would be hyped for a tow rig, trailer, like track car setup, or most people would rather have like a nice just car? Like I don't know. So definitely let me know on that, and I will decide accordingly. But one way or another, you know, whether we sell it or we do a giveaway, we're gonna have to get rid of the old Duramax. And I think this is gonna be the hardest getting rid of any vehicle I've ever done, for sure, just because of that. You know, it's my first reliable tow rig. It's the first setup that I've you know, been drifting for over 8 years, and only like a year or so ago have I finally been able to go outside of just like local tracks. And like there's just something so, I don't know, so freeing about that. But anyway, again, let me know what you guys think. Should I do it, not do it? Either way, it's got to go though. Got to free up funds for this thing. So let's get into this guy. So it's a 06 Dodge. It's a mega cab, as you can see. It is 4-wheel drive. So it is rough. Like I said, we got some fender well rust and stuff. Like, you know, she's a little rough. She's seen better days. But what kept me away from these trucks originally is the transmissions. You're pretty much guaranteed to have to put a built trans in them, and they were always more expensive than the Duramaxes. So that's why I didn't get one, because they are solid trucks. The engines are easy to work on. They're very reliable. They get good fuel economy. But the transmission thing. So fortunately, transmission on this one already blew up. Pat already replaced it with a built trans with a billet torque converter. It's a benefit of getting something from your friend. You know what's actually been done. It's not some guy telling you that he did it. Like I remember when he did it. But yeah, so it's already got the built trans. It's got the exhaust. It's got EFI Live for tuning. It has, you know, like I said, some cosmetic stuff like scratches down the side and stuff like that. But I spent some time and cleaned out the interior. Made it nice as I could, like wiped everything down, got all the grease off, and cleaned it out as best I could. That's one thing I can't have a messy interior. I can have like a slightly dirty outside of vehicle, cannot have a messy interior. That drives me nuts. So anyway, we got it all cleaned out in here, and it looks nice and spiffy. I do need to replace the AC system. I do need to replace the tires. But other than that, I mean, she's pretty much ready to go. I already folded down the seats back here to see how it looks, but what's sick about the mega cab is with the seats folded down, there's enough room for a shortened twin bed back here, which means when I go out of state, like on long drives, I can sleep in the back. When I go to 3-day drift events, like OSW is an hour and a half away, and the past 2 3-day drift events, we've driven back here every day. Just because it's like there's not really any good place to sleep, couldn't get a hotel in time, you know, and all that. So the ability to like sleep in the back of the truck, run it for a little bit with the AC or the heat on, depending, is going to be really cool, and I'm really excited for that. But yeah, like I said, the truck towed really well. Gooseneck is huge. Oh my god, that's what's okay. So we'll get into the trailer. That's what's really cool about this trailer. So it's a gooseneck, but as you can see, the body of the trailer doesn't go all the way up to here, so you can use it with a short bed. I really like short bed trucks. Personal preference thing, especially if I'm gonna have an enclosed, like I'm not gonna be keeping much in the bed. So the short bed to me is sick. So the fact that it's like a custom designed gooseneck to work with a short bed, so you can still use the gooseneck abilities without bashing in your cab corners, is sick. So it looks huge, right? Looking at it from the outside, especially because it's triple axle, it looks like a really big trailer. I thought the same thing when Pat got it, or when Pat had it. And I saw him come to an event. I was like, man, what's the point in a trailer that big, you know? It's like just a little too small for a 2-car, but like really big for a 1-car. What I didn't realize is it's only a 28-foot floor space. So when you look at it, the floor space ends probably about where the door ends there, because there's like the jack stuff for the legs. So imagine if you had a tongue here going to the normal hitch, it would actually be longer from the back of the truck for a 28-foot bumper pull than this trailer is. So this trailer is like shorter overall than a 28-foot bumper pull. And 28-foot, hold on, let me open the back so we have some light in here. Well, we got these lights, which is kind of cool. Ta-da! I'm gonna replace those. Let me open the back. So a 28-foot is kind of the ideal size for drifting, because with drifting, you got to bring a lot of spare wheels and tires with you. You know, if I was road racing or something, I might have, you know, an extra set of wheels, but with drifting, you know, you might bring 10, 12, 16 wheels and 20 tires. You know, you've got a lot of wheels and tires to bring. So it gives you this whole space up here for wheels and tires. This trailer has the cabinets. That's another cool thing about this trailer. I thought this trailer was like your typical like bottom of the barrel enclosed, where it's just like the wood siding walls, the wood siding floor, like unpainted, no electrical, no nothing. I forgot that it was actually like semi-finished, so it's not as nice as like a brand new like race trailer where they've got like the nice metal cabinets and the rubber floors and all that stuff. But I mean, it is finished. It does have siding, it does have cabinets, it does have wiring, like outlets. Let's see, outlets. It's got 120 volt lights and all that stuff. So it's also got this AC unit up here. I don't know if that works. I gotta test it out and see if it works, but it was in here. I didn't even know it was in here. Came with a generator, which I would like to replace with one of the quiet Harbor Freight ones. I want to try it out because this one doesn't fit under the cabinet in the generator door, and the quiet one would and should still run an AC whenever I put an AC in it. But anyway, what's so sick about this is like I'll be able to keep all my spare parts in here, like my totes of spare parts, totes of fluids, everything. Just keep it loaded up. I want to get like a 3 or 5 drawer rolly toolbox, put all my tools in it. So no more dealing with the freaking tool bag, because the tool bag works great for what it is, but it is really hard to find stuff. Stuff gets knocked around, sockets get loose, and you end up like kind of half dumping the thing out, and then it becomes super unorganized. And if you guys know me, I like my organization. So like it'll be really nice to have like an actual toolbox with me and be able to leave it in the trailer, my whole like towing, traveling set of tools. And yeah, so I've got some plans for the thing. I definitely, real quick, like want to talk about, so I was on the fence before about like enclosed versus open, especially with the Duramax setup, because with the topper I've got a good bit of room. You know, I can pile stuff really high, I can put a bunch of stuff in there, I can lock it all up, and then I've got the open trailer, and I've got like the convenience and the fuel economy of the open trailer, but I still have some security and storage. Downfall is I can't leave all the stuff in there. You know, I do have to kind of like dig everything out to get to stuff. Like I don't have things easily accessible without moving everything else. There's definitely some downfalls, but you know, with an enclosed, obviously the trailer is more expensive, towing it's more expensive, you know, you're gonna get worse fuel economy, maintenance is more expensive, more tires are gonna blow out faster, and it's more difficult. You know, you can't just pull into any little gas station. Like, you've got to plan your stops. You can't get into every gas station. So, you know, I've been on the fence about it for a while, and I just wasn't sure what I'd prefer or what I'd want to do. So I figured, you know, this is a really good opportunity to try it. It was a really, really good deal. It's a really solid setup. It's like what I would want, you know, as far as like the fact that it's a gooseneck, but it's not crazy long. It's kind of hard to find shorter goosenecks, and I really like goosenecks, especially after towing this one. Like I said, it towed so incredibly well. No tugging, no swaying. It was windy. Nothing. Like, towed great. Maneuverability, I backed it up, you know, from a spot to a spot that I couldn't even do with my open car trailer. So definitely really like the setup. Both are a little rough, you know, but we can fix them both up. So we can fix the truck up and we can fix the trailer up. So my plans for the trailer, I might need to replace some of the wood. Some of it's a little meh. Maybe replace some sections, but overall the wood is decent. So basically go through, paint the floors. I kind of want to do like the garage epoxy with the sprinkles because it's not that expensive, but I don't know. I don't know if it would work good on this because the wood's kind of old. Regardless, paint the floors, paint the walls. I ordered some lights. So these are 12 volt, obviously. They run off the truck, so you don't have to have a generator running. So I got some 12 volt LED ones, kind of like I had in my old garage. So I'm gonna wire those in, replace these bulbs to LED, so we should have plenty of light with just the truck power. Then I'm gonna pull these out, and if we still need more light when we have a generator hooked up, I wanna get the ones that I got for my old garage. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll link the lights below. They're really bright. I put them in a 2-car garage, and it was like a freaking doctor's office in there, and they're like 50 bucks. So yeah, basically replace these with those. I like to get an AC unit for it. I'm not sure how high on the priority list that would be, just because I don't know how much I'd actually use it. That's kind of like the theme. Like, I kind of want to start using it, get the feel for it before we start going too crazy, but I do want to clean it up. You know, like either way I want to clean it up. So, you know, painting, lights changing. I got some lights for the back. I want to get the toolbox set up so I can have that. I want to do some cabinets up here. So I found them at Harbor Freight, and they're kind of like my little Hilti cabinet, if you guys have seen that. This setup is awesome. Like, if you can lock the door so that stuff doesn't go flying, nice and shallow, and then you can have stuff like this, like hose clamps, heat shrink, connectors, wire spools, you know, some spare sensors, and like just being able to keep all of this kind of stuff in there and organized would be really, really ideal. So put those here because those are super freaking useful because you can store all that small stuff in them. And yeah, you know, like I said, have spare parts down here, have a workbench, maybe put a vise up here. What's cool about this is if I were to buy this trailer as like a finished race trailer, it would cost me more, like a decent bit more, maybe a lot more than I paid for the truck and trailer combined. So it kind of gives me the opportunity to modify it and set it up as I see fit. You know, like I don't need big cabinets up here because I have like my big parts down here. I want shallow cabinets so I can keep stuff in there nice and organized, like wiring connectors and things like that, you know, and so on and so forth. So I think it'll be really cool to kind of go through and set this up to be kind of perfect to suit my needs. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm really excited for it. But yeah, so that's pretty much my plans for the trailer. I have, you know, I'm sure I'll come up with some other stuff as I go, but I'm so hyped to have this. Like I said, I've been on the fence about this for a while, but just kind of like walking through here and this being my trailer and like planning out, okay, look, I'm gonna put this here and that there, and like, oh, I'll put my spare tool totes under here and whatever, and just like being able to have all my stuff in here and organized, like, it's just gonna be so exciting, being able to have my car protected from the elements and like not have to worry about putting windows in if it might rain on the way there. And it's just, I'm just so excited to have this and be able to have this at the track. Like, I've been in a lot of enclosed trailers. I've got a lot of friends with enclosed trailers, obviously, and you know, I haven't really thought about it that much, but like being in here and this being my trailer, it kind of like dawned on me that like you're literally towing a garage and a workshop to the track. Like, how cool is that? You know, when you think about it in like simply like that, you know, it's just like, I don't know. I'm just really, really excited to try it out. This is something I have kind of always wanted to do, but I've just been unsure of. And this deal fell into my lap, and I mean, I really couldn't pass it up. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see what it's like. I mean, dude, for all we know, I might be like, this is honestly no better than having my open car trailer and way more difficult to deal with. I'm just gonna switch back to like a gas truck and an aluminum open car and let it ride, you know? Who knows? Before I let you guys go, I'm gonna move the setup, and then I wanna try to get the Miata in it and see like kind of like what I need to do to get the Miata in it. Like, do I need, you know, race ramps at the back? Do I need to back the truck up on the ramps? Do I need to do nothing? So I'm gonna pull this thing around, straighten it out, and then we're gonna see if the Miata will go in it easily. And we get to see what the Miata looks like in it, which is also super exciting to me. I'm just trying to make excuses to put my car in it and make it really feel mine, you know? Check it out. I'm a little too far over to the right, but the Miata fits great. Went up with no issues. It feels so freaking cool to see this car in here, man. This car has, one, never been in an enclosed trailer, and two, just like, I don't know, just like I said, I'm having trouble like feeling like this is my trailer. It feels like I'm like borrowing it from Pat or something. So like seeing my car in here and like I said, envisioning the setup and how I'm gonna do it, like I'm just so excited. Like I love like organization and efficiency and like coming up with like the best way to like sort everything and make it accessible, and for some reason like that stuff I just enjoy, and I've always enjoyed, because both open trailers we kind of like refreshed, you know, painted, cleaned up, modified and whatever. So I'm really excited to start that journey with this trailer and kind of just, you know, see what we can do with it. You know, maybe we'll run like all 12 volts and a solar panel for all our lighting and stuff and just have a generator for AC. You know, maybe not, like I don't know, there's so many ways it could go. So many options. So if you guys have any ideas, or you know, if you've tried anything or you've seen anything really cool with like an enclosed car trailer, let me know. I'd definitely love to hear some ideas and get some inspiration. But anyway, just look at how sick this looks. The lighting is so good right now. It just looks so pretty. Looks so freaking rad to see. Oh God, I don't know. I just think this is so cool. I just think it's so cool. I've always wanted like a legit like truck and enclosed trailer, and to finally have it, like I said, it just feels surreal. It just feels surreal. So I'm really, really excited to try it out. I'm really stoked to take the Miata to events. I'm stoked to be able to go out of town far away and not have to worry as much, be able to bring more spare parts, more tires, more everything, have like a home base. That's like, I guess that's like one of the big things that like I'm kind of like starting to feel like standing in here. Like I've been in a lot of enclosed trailers. I always have a friend at the track for the most part with an enclosed trailer, but like to be in my own and have like, this is my own home base. This is where all my stuff will be. Oh God, door shutting. You know, I don't know. It's just like a completely different feeling and a completely different thing. Like it's just gonna be so cool to have a workshop and a garage with me when I go to the track and when I go to Texas or up to Club Loose or out to California. So I don't know, I just feel like this is a really big step, and I'm just really excited for it. And I'm like so stoked that the opportunity fell into my lap, because again, it wasn't something I was seeking out. I had thought about buying an enclosed trailer. I talked myself out of it. So to have one is just surreal. So anyway, really excited to put this thing to use. We do have an event coming up in a couple days, so we'll get to try it there. I'll give you guys kind of like more feedback on it then, but I'm hyped. Let me know what you guys think of the new rig. Let me know what you guys think of the Duramax giveaway, whether I should do it or just sell it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.